Okay, so the next one on our list here is right up there with really common things we hear in treatment these days, but it also happens to be one of the most challenging things we end up facing in treatment these days. And that's the client who says, "I'll quit doing the hard stuff, but I can still smoke pot." If I could tell you how many family members and treatment professionals start nodding vigorously the second I start bringing this one up. But the beauty of RehabWorks is that it presents right up front the specific responses you're going to need for directly confronting marijuana denial. I've made my living doing substance use assessments for the past 30 years, and I'm real familiar with the client who doesn't think that there's anything wrong with smoking pot. And so when I put Module 1 together, I very deliberately put the specific information in there that's going to give you exactly what you need to be able to respond to some of the most common things you'll hear around this, like, "I'll quit the hard stuff, but I can still smoke pot," or "You can't get addicted to pot," or "It's just pot, it doesn't cause me any problems." So what we're going to do here is address all three of those statements over the next 3 units. For "I'll quit the hard stuff, but I can still smoke," we're going to look at video 4, which talks about cross-addiction. The implication there being that recovery isn't switching from one substance to another. Recovery is abstinence from all mood-altering substances. Or if they want to argue about whether marijuana is addictive or not, we're going to look at video 5, which talks about the difference between physical dependence and psychological addiction. And it makes the point there that marijuana doesn't cause physical dependence, but that doesn't really have anything to do with whether somebody's addicted or not. And then finally, if they say that it's only pot, it doesn't cause me any problems, we're going to look at video 8 to remind us about that conflict between values and behaviors, which occurs as a result of loss of control. Then that same video also looks at that statement from the ASAM definition of addiction that talks about diminished recognition of significant problems with one's behavior and interpersonal relationships. And that right there means that the fact that they're even saying it doesn't cause me any problems may in and of itself be nothing more than them displaying an actual symptom of their own addiction. So with that, we're going to dive into these next 3 units, all of which are focused on how to respond to marijuana denial, each from a slightly different angle.